guys, you're watching me today. It's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving or happy Fall Festival for me and Tuscany Candle back there. Today is not Thanksgiving. Don't worry, I will share Thanksgiving celebrations with you guys this weekend. You'll see our Thanksgiving vlog on Saturday. But today is my errand day, so you guys get to keep me company today if you are, I don't know, at all bored and watching my vlog today. You know, watching the parade or what have you. But yeah, today's errand day, so per usual, I'm gonna go run my errands. I'm in an odd, kind of mood. It's gotten cold here and I just sort of want to be cozy, so it's hard for me to you know, push myself to today's my day to get stuff done. I kind of just want to be in the apartment working on my computer today. But I was for example, I was supposed to go I need a passport photo, a new passport photo for a document that I have to have notarized, and I have to send off. And I don't have to do it urgently. I have a long time to get it done. And I was gonna do that this morning, but I called Walgreens. It's a good thing I called Walgreens. Apparently their photo printer apparatus is down. It's whatever. So that will not be happening, but yeah, I'm just here sipping on Totoro, a little Chago, and I'm kind of starting to get a little motivated to think about decorating for Christmas since it's about that time of the year. I'm really excited. My tree, I ordered a new Christmas tree from Jocelyn, Maine, so that should be here soon. I'm pretty excited for that. It's a little different this year than what I've ever done before, so it could be a hideous disaster. But that is one of the benefits of living alone and not having children and family living with you, is that you don't really have to please anyone. So if you have something that turns out hideous, you're the only one that really has to deal with it, and then it becomes just sort of comical. So just another uptick. But this morning I am on a new tube of L2MD UV Sport, continuing that as my base layer. I have been so happy with that sunscreen. I kind of just want to make it my default. That and the Altruist sunscreen, as far as they're some of my favorite water resistant sunscreens. Altruist is chemical sunscreen. For those of you who aren't familiar, you get it on Amazon UK, so you have to pay the shipping if you want it here in the US. But if you're in the UK, it's really affordable and it's fantastic and it's water resistant and has wonderful chemical filters in it that we don't have here. And many of you really like it. It happens to be one of my faves, but we don't have it here. So I've got some in my stash. I may go back to that. I was using it a fair amount this summer. So I've been buzzing through my tea collection here. These red rose teas, I'm almost making my way through my second mass stock of them. I love these. They're really sweet though. I have the strawberry cheesecake one here. It's really good. And the blueberry muffin one, and then the lemon cake one. But now that it's getting warm, I'm really upping my, now that it's getting cold, I'm really upping my tea game. This is my favorite stash tea. I'm just gonna go through some teas here. The blueberry superfruit tea, that, and they have a red velvet cupcake tea that is really good. I like the fruity teas. This one though is really good, by Bigelow, the lemon ginger with probiotics or whatever. This is really tasty. I love Bigelow teas. Speaking of which, I have a perfect peach here. This is a great one. In the vein of red rose, I also have a box of this caramel apple tea here. I have another box of this at my mom's. I love this. But I'm thinking I want to get a box of the I'm gonna get a box of the Celestial Seasonings apple spice tea. That is one of my favorite apple teas. You know which tea I have never had by Celestial Seasonings, and I look for it all the time. I just need to get ordered on Amazon, but whenever I go on Amazon, it's late at night and I'm like, what did I want on here? And I get distracted and I never end up actually purchasing anything. I get so distracted on Amazon. I'm the worst Amazon shopper. But the Celestial Seasonings sugar cookie tea. I watched Kara Corey Fit Life. I followed her for a long time. I love her grocery hauls. And she always talks about the holiday sugar cookie tea from Celestial Seasonings and how good it is. And I think she even steeps it and uses it to make her oatmeal with. She makes like a sugar cookie oatmeal I've seen her do, and it looks so good. And I need to just order it on Amazon, but I keep forgetting. So I think I'm gonna get some of that. I doubt they have it at Kroger. They never seem to get it in. I should just ask them to order it. They're really... Well, hey guys, what's up? I am on my way to the bank. I have to withdraw some cash. We're going over a bump here. I'm wearing this coat because it's actually cold out. I got the coat on, I have my Fabletics sweatshirt on, and I have my blue down vest. And I don't like cranking the heater on. I'm pretty stingy when it comes to the heater. It dries out my skin. There were no parking spaces. Normally I go to the ATM to withdraw cash, but there were no parking spaces. I had to go through the drive-through, and they actually make you fill out a withdrawal slip. Like, what? I don't know how to fill this out. You know, you like actually have to write out the amount that you want, like like you're writing a check. Another thing I rarely do anymore. It's funny how things just dissolve with time. But she hooked me up. I don't know. I'm not really a candy eater, but when I opened the window, she apparently gave me all of these Dums. Strawberry. I like Dums. Mystery. Bubblegum. Pineapple. So yeah, I got some Dums and cash. Alright, I have you guys propped up on a tripod on the mount. If you're new here, I have had multiple failed car mounts. I mean, I've never had a car mount that has worked well. But the usual tripod, the handheld tripod that I hold you guys on, it's got like flexible legs. You can bend them around and wrap them around and stuff. So I kind of have you like a crab claw around the little window here. Let's see how that does for stability. The streets in Houston are really bumpy, so I always feel bad for you guys going over stuff when you're just sitting there flush. But maybe up high like this. I think we're going. Maybe it works. I don't know. Comment below. Do you see a difference? I'm kind of going in and out of focus. There's this like speed trap little gizmo here that tells you what your speed is, and I'm always within the speed limit. Good driver here. But it alarms me how people ride through this little section. I mean, it's a residential area, and that little thing is flashing like 45, 50, 30 miles per hour, people. Don't you see the angry flashing light? If I were a police officer, I would just hang out on this strip. It seems like easy revenue. I don't know where the cops are. I guess out busting bank robbers, since we had that fiasco. What was that, 2 weeks ago? I was at the bank and there was a bank robbery. Somebody was like, people still rob banks? Apparently, they still rob banks. Scary story, though, in my area. I mean, the thing about Houston, for those of you who aren't familiar, there's no zoning. So there's not really, like, good areas versus bad, safe versus not. I mean, there are obviously safer areas than others. And I live in a very, very, very safe area, relatively. It's one of the reasons why I like living in this particular neighborhood and don't really want to move. It's pretty safe, pretty well policed. There's a lot of crime in Houston, but there was in my neighborhood. Apparently, there was a woman who was walking at night, and a guy held her up at gunpoint and made her get in a van and then proceeded to sexually assault her and then let her go. Thank God. But how horrific. So I've been terrified after reading that, you know. You really have to be careful. There's no, I mean, there, you know, people are always like, yeah, when you live in a city, you have to be careful. No, when you live, you have to be careful. Crimes happen everywhere. You know, when I grew up, I lived in a very tiny town, and a similar thing happened. A girl in her, back then, I guess she was probably maybe in her early 20s, was abducted, and, you know, right in almost like broad daylight, I think. So it can happen anywhere. You have to be really, really careful no matter where you live. But, yeah, doesn't that sound like something out of Silence of the Lambs? Terrifying, like the white van. I remember I used to be, I still am a huge fan of Oprah, but she no longer has her show. This vlog is just turning into me talking to you because I need the companionship, so thank you guys for tuning in. But I loved, watching Oprah was a real ritual for me, and I'll never forget, Oprah used to have these guests on there, and, you know, I can't remember, it was like some kind of self-defense person or something. They were talking about abductions, and Oprah was like, you have to fight and never, ever, ever let them take you, no matter what, because as soon as they take you and get you in the car or get you in the van or get you in the, you know, put you in the trunk, that's it. You know, you're a goner. There's no fighting after that. So you have to put up the fight from the get-go. Can you imagine being held at gunpoint, though, and being forced into a van? Like you have no alternative. It's either like, I mean, your fight or flight response must be so conflicted in that situation. How terrifying. This is not turning into a very joyful Thanksgiving for you guys. I apologize. I'm just randomly rambling around here. I'll never forget the episode that she had. You know, we live in such a spend kind of world, you know, very consumer driven. And I think the first time I came to realize that was Oprah had this one episode where it was when Dr. Phil first came on the scene, and Oprah was the one who kind of is responsible for Dr. Phil's success. Like, she had him on her show in the beginning. She would have him on there, like once a month or something. And he did this episode where it was like people who were compulsive spender, like addicted to spending and overspending and like swimming in monstrous debt. And there was this woman on there who had a little girl, and she was obsessed with just buying the little girl things. I mean, the little girl was maybe like 1 or 2 and had no comprehension of any of this stuff that she was getting, but the woman was obsessed, and she was like compulsively buying her hair bows, and they had, you know, billions of dollars worth of credit card debt they were swimming in, and this woman could not stop buying hair bows. And I'll never forget, I was just shocked to see how much stuff they had. I mean, the woman had a real problem, but she was definitely in denial about it. And Dr. Phil goes, "What are you doing? You're swimming in debt. You're sinking, and all you can do is buy hair bows." All right, so from Costco this week, I got this large bag of frozen organic green peas. I am somewhat odd in that I, from time to time, enjoy eating a serving of green peas for breakfast, sort of as a, I don't know, cereal. I just put non-dairy milk on them and sprinkle cinnamon on them, and they taste good. So it works out pretty, to be almost like eating breakfast cereal, but veggie. Yeah, I know, I'm odd, but that's what I like. Anyways, I'm gonna put this in the freezer. It goes without saying, the Fresh and Quick. I don't know what it is. This time of year, the spinach in the Fresh and Quick bag is, for whatever reason, particularly good. I got another bag of Volupta crunchy beet chips again. I've been doing really well with these, and as a matter of fact, it's been 2 weeks since I last purchased these, and the last bag I purchased, I still have, I still have about a serving and a half left, so I'm doing much better on my dried beet chip habit. But if you're not familiar with these, they're just beets. That's the only ingredient in them. And then I also got another bag of the fresh premium cranberries. Fun to mix these with the frozen peas. It's like how the Grinch stole Christmas breakfast food. I know, again, I'm an odd duck. Moving on to Kroger, I got my parsnips. Love these, along with some carrots. And Kroger was completely out of cauliflower this week. Kroger was out, and of course Costco has refused to get in the fresh riced organic cauliflower that I used to get. They only have that salted frozen variety. So, I don't know. I guess I'm going to try to have some zucchini oats, and then, I mentioned my frozen peas breakfast cereal for breakfast. Of course, I got an onion and some garlic, and I got some more turnips. Love these. And, of course, radishes. Update on the Chayote Squash. I love this stuff. I tried it for the first time last week. It has no taste. I think somebody mentioned that in the comments. It's kind of like yellow squash in a sense. A little firmer, however. It has a slightly lower water content, perhaps. But in soups, it just absorbs the flavor of things and is really nice. So I got more of those, and I came to learn that these are apparently popular in New Orleans. And I think they cut them in half and stuff them, I'm guessing with maybe crab or some sort of seafood or something like that. But someone mentioned in the comments roasting these is really good. So many things to play around with here. They only had this one sad little head of Savoy. For some reason, they were out of running low on cabbage. I don't understand why. Pre-Thanksgiving rush maybe, but these are not like Thanksgiving foods. Speaking of traditional Thanksgiving foods, over by the clearance bin, they had a can of green beans, no salt added, for 29 cents. I love these no salt added cut green beans, so I got that. I haven't had cashew milk in some time. I rather enjoy it. It is very, very creamy. Unfortunately, it is a little on the salty side. I think it has 7% of your daily sodium in one serving, but I rather enjoy that. I got another thing of Acorn Squash. Update on the Acorn Squash thing. I talked about how I did this last week in my grocery haul, how I do this in my air fryer. Comes out perfectly. Tried doing it in the Kosari, just on the steam veggie setting. Came out too soggy. I think I left it in there too long. That may have been my problem, but came out much better in the air fryer. I had a coupon for these, and they were on sale at Kroger. These are just dried peach halves. They looked good, and I don't know, I haven't really been in a fruit mood lately, so I thought I would just have these instead in case the mood strikes me, and then I don't have any fresh fruit around. I have these. They look good. They looked good. I love dried apricots too, so got some of those. And I'm running low on old-fashioned rolled oats, so I got another thing of those. And I got another carton of this West Soy Organic Unsweetened Plain Soy Milk. Rather enjoying that. Also from the Kroger clearance bin, I love these ball mason jars. I store my legumes in these, or my black rice, and it kind of looks nice in my pantry. And this was in the clearance bin for 89 cents, so I went in and got another one of those. My Dentex, I love these things. These are little flossy doodles. They work wonderfully. These are the only floss sticks like this that work for me. I've tried those little pick things, and they just don't, they're difficult to maneuver in my mouth for whatever reason. These do a really good job. They're rather on the pricey side, but this was a trifecta on Ibotta Kroger. So, in other words, it was on sale in Kroger, and I had a Kroger coupon, and it is on Ibotta. So I, of course, went ahead and took advantage of that. And then I got black cherry True Lime Limeade this week. Yes, I know you can get these at the Dollar Tree, so thank you guys for pointing that out. And somebody also reminded me, True Lime, True Lemon makes a seasoning, a no salt lime, no salt seasonings that are awesome. I need to go, I was talking about Amazon this morning and getting that tea. I also need to go on there and get the True Lime. It's like a lime cilantro seasoning. It is wonderful. Hard to quit that. Tastes really good on cucumber. Not the time of year for it really, but it tastes really good on cucumber. And I mean, I bet it tastes good on radishes baked in the air fryer. Okay, I totally need to do that tonight. But yeah, that's everything that I got at the grocery store. Yeah, it wasn't too crazy out there as far as pre-Thanksgiving crowds. I don't know, I guess maybe I just hit it at a golden hour today. I have no clue. I was kind of anticipating it being chaos, and I was a little slow to get started this morning. Today's my errand day, where I don't have to go anywhere work related. So yeah, it was not as bad as I was anticipating it being. But anyways, you guys are here in the States are obviously watching me on Thanksgiving. Again, happy Thanksgiving. I myself am glad to have a few days at home and, with my mom. So I'll be looking forward to that. And as I said, on Saturday, hopefully the vlog will contain whatever we do on Thanksgiving. Still undetermined. But if you like this vlog, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.